The Souls series. This series is known for having some of the most challenging boss fights in video game history. While this is true, with dedication, patience, and a high tolerance for rage-inducing video games, you can easily laugh off most of the fights. This list will contain what I personally believe to be the best all-around bosses in the two Dark Souls games. The factors considered include lore, arena design, and boss character design. They will be briefly discussed within each entry. I hope you enjoy the list. Number 10. The Executioner's Chariot. The level. The rotunda that you battle him within is very bland of details, but refreshing after all the generic battles thus far in the game. His character. The Chariot's first look is very wicked. It's pretty hard to see though. His secondary phase, though, is just a little too reminiscent of the Fangbores from Dark Souls 1. The lore. The Executioner's Chariot was granted the duty of torturing the long undead by the Old Iron King. He spends his days charging around the arena, slamming into the unlucky souls who are pushed out onto the track. Number 9. The Gaping Dragon. The level. A huge swampy arena, the biggest as of yet during the game. For good reason though, as the dragon is massive and pretty damn imposing on the character. His character. Maybe the most disturbing of Souls bosses as far as design goes. A disgusting, mutated lizard beast with a toothy ribcage vagina for a chest. His lore. Forgive me for not being too read up on this beast when it comes to the backstory, but level and character design were enough for him to get on here. Number 8. The Demon of Song. Level. Like a well-lit gaping dragon boss arena, but the copy-paste arena was understandable in this instance. No other space would fit this demon. Character. The Demon of Song is really freaking cool looking. I like frogs, and this guy design made frogs look badass. Lore. A beast that was locked up in the Shrine of Amana because it had a taste for human flesh. After the priestesses died or went hollow, it escaped and continued to hunt with its alluring song, the same one that the priestesses used to sing. Number 7. Dark Sun Gwyndolin. The level. A seemingly endless mirrored hallway. The battle is, to me at least, a run-and-gun type of fight, which was very cool considering most of the Souls bosses are a hack-and-strat type of combat. Character. A very cool design, but not the main reason for appearing on this list. To be honest, I wasn't really focused on his looks during the fight. Really cool mask, though. Lore. Last-born son and raised as a daughter, he was tasked with guarding on Orlando by his father Gwyn. He created Guinevere as an illusion so that he could hide his hideous appearance. Number 6. The Moonlight Butterfly. Level. What makes the bridge you fight on so cool was that it was visible elsewhere due to Dark Souls' seamless world, and that the butterfly would change sides during the fight, adding a very pleasing aesthetic to it. Character. Absolutely gorgeous design for the creature. Really pretty color choices and shapes on the wings. Lore. One of Seath's creations that flew down to the forest as either a rogue or a spy, depending on who you ask. Personally, I believe Seath sent it down to watch over the area. Number 5. Crossbreed Priscilla. Level. An arena that would have been really boring had it not been for her turning invisible. Also, being able to see her footprints sometimes depending on where she stepped was a nice touch. Character. A well-thought-out character, she is both majestically beautiful and frightening. Lore. Now there are many different backgrounds out there about her. My interpretation, though, is that Seath impregnated the priestess Guinevere, and due to Priscilla being a half-breed, he banished her to the Painted World. But even though he had forsaken her there, he felt the fatherly need to protect her and created the Painting Guardians for this reason. Number 4. the Dark Lurker. Level. Another horrendously boring Dark Souls 2 boss arena, so we're not going into it. Character. One of the better designed bosses in the second Dark Souls, the Dark Lurker is mysterious, shrouded, and a bit frightening. The four-armed winged being just has a presence that cannot be ignored. Lore. Now there is not a whole lot of speculation out there about the Dark Lurker, so here is what I believe. My theory is that the Dark Lurker is another piece of Manus' fractured soul. But, here's the thing, I also get a very hefty vibe that the Dark Lurker has some profound connection to a certain abysmal boss from the first Dark Souls. Number 3, Dragonslayer Ornstein and Executioner Smo. Level. The court-like arena you fight this famously challenging duo is clever, and has a huge impact on how you proceed with the fight. Character. Ornstein is one of the coolest looking bosses in the whole series, and Smo just has man tits. Quite the contrast. Lore. I personally believe that the two beings you fight there and on Orlando are just another illusion by Gwyndolin. I believe that the real Ornstein is wandering around somewhere else, searching for his lost friend, Artorias. Number 2, the Four Kings. Level. What I believe to be the most unoriginally original boss arena, the Abyss has one hell of an effect on the player. Solid black. Nothing there but you and the kings. Character. They are curious looking, that's for sure. The tattered robes that they wear are only improved in the utter blackness of the Abyss. Lore. Old kings of New Londo that were seduced by the evil of the Lord Soul, they plunged their city into water, hoping to cleanse what they had unleashed. And number 1, Great Grey Wolf Sif. Level. A depressing arena, and possibly the saddest of fights. The field is littered with the blades and spears of past warriors, hoping to retrieve the ring he guards. Character. Personally my favorite fight, character, and background of all the Souls series. I'm not ashamed in saying I welled up a bit after defeating him, and seeing him limp was excruciating. Lore. Sif was the companion of the Knight Artorias, and has been protecting the grave for what seems like an endless age. After witnessing his loyal friend perish at the hands of the chosen undead, he was both relieved and distraught. Artorias was corrupted by the Abyss, but still loved by Sif. This is also noticeable by achieving a hidden cutscene in the first game's DLC. Thanks for watching this episode of Listitis Video Games. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 Dark Souls bosses. Remember to comment below letting me know what you thought, or what your favorite bosses from the Souls series are. You can also let me know you enjoyed it by liking, favoriting, and sharing it with your friends. These links will take you around my channel for more game-related entertainment. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to support me in making more videos. This has been Pentahybrid. Catch you later.